Hello, my beautiful Aries warriors, and welcome back to Astrology Unlocked. Gather close, for the very air around you is crackling with a potent electric energy. Can you feel it? That subtle hum in your spirit, that feeling that something monumental is about to shift. I have a feeling you do, because you, dear Aries, are standing at the epicenter of a cosmic reckoning. Right now, a sacred investigation is underway, and it's centered on your life, your home, your very essence. But I want you to take a deep, calming breath, because this is not what you think. You are not the one on trial. Oh no, the universe is turning its unwavering gaze upon those who have wronged you, those who have underestimated your fire, and those who have sought to dim your magnificent light. You are being watched, powerful Aries, but not by earthly forces of judgment. You are being watched by your ancestral guardians, a lineage of warriors and leaders who are rising now to stand with you, to protect you, and to witness your ultimate vindication. An arrest is indeed coming, but it is not one of chains. It is the arrest of old cycles, the halt of injustice, and the capture of a truth that is about to shake the very foundations of your world and set you gloriously free. This isn't just a message, beautiful soul. This is the beginning of a divine restoration. This is the moment where your courage is about to be rewarded in ways you cannot yet imagine. Now let's journey together into the heart of this transformation, where a trait that was once weaponized against you is about to become your most glorious asset. Have you ever been told you're too much? That you're too impulsive, too direct, too fiery? Have people in your life cautioned you to slow down, to think before you act, to be less you? I am here to tell you, beautiful Aries, that every single time you heard those words, they were spoken by someone who feared your power, not someone who understood it. You were not born to be a gentle breeze. You were born to be a wildfire of truth and action. You are the pioneer of the zodiac, the divine spark of creation, the one who is unafraid to charge headfirst into the unknown. And that very fire, that sacred impulsiveness they called a weakness, that is the holy weapon the universe is wielding right now to carve a path through deception and bring hidden truths into the brilliant light of day. Think about it. Your spirit doesn't just walk, it leaps. Your intuition isn't a quiet whisper. It's a gut punch, a sudden, undeniable knowing that demands action. While others are deliberating, you are already moving. While they are weighing the options, you have already shattered the illusion. They called you reckless, but they failed to see that your spirit is a divine truth serum. Your very presence forces authenticity. Lies cannot survive in the heat of your fire. Right now, the cosmos is amplifying this very essence. Saturn, the great teacher, is in a powerful retrograde phase, and for you, Aries, this is a profound cosmic audit. It's not just stirring up old frustrations, it's excavating the bedrock of your actions. It is validating every time you took a leap of faith, every time you spoke a truth that made the room uncomfortable, every time you refused to stand still in the face of injustice. If you've been feeling a surge of restless energy lately, an almost unbearable impatience, or a sense that you're on the verge of a massive breakthrough, that is not anxiety. That is a divine activation. A great spiritual cleansing has begun, and you, courageous Aries, are the tip of the spear. It's truly fascinating, isn't it? I have watched for years as people have admired the Aries' courage from a distance, but up close, they often try to tame it. Be more practical, they say. Think about the consequences, they advise. Yet these are the very same people who run to you when a crisis hits, because they know you are the only one with the courage to face the fire. Your very nature is a sacred paradox. Your impulsiveness is your wisdom. Your directness is your gift. As the first sign, you are the cosmic trailblazer. You don't carry the weight of the past signs, you carry the seed of all new beginnings. This is why you are so often the first to act, the first to speak, the first to rebel. You can smell inauthenticity a mile away. You can feel when energy is stagnant or when a situation is built on a lie. And unlike others, you feel a sacred obligation to do something about it. In a world that often rewards cautious inaction and polite deception, your raw honesty is seen as disruptive. But the universe doesn't see it that way. The cosmos sees you as a warrior of light. Allow me to share something with you. I once knew a brilliant Aries woman, an entrepreneur with a revolutionary idea. She poured her heart and soul into a partnership, only to have her partner subtly steal the concept and push her out. Everyone told her to sue, to fight a long, draining legal battle, but her Aries spirit knew better. Fighting them on their terms would be a waste of her precious fire. Instead, she took that searing pain and channeled it into creating something even bigger, even bolder, and entirely her own. 2 years later, her new company was soaring, while the stolen idea, lacking her unique spark, had crumbled into obscurity and debt. Her victory wasn't in revenge. It was in her relentless, forward-moving creation. She didn't need to expose the lie. She outshone it. This is your power, Aries. Your greatest vindication doesn't come from looking back. It comes from blazing a new trail so brilliantly that the shadows of the past are simply vaporized in your light. So, as you listen to my voice, I want you to connect with that fire within. Has there been a situation recently where your gut told you to move, to speak, to act, while everyone else urged caution? Is there a truth in your heart that is screaming for release? That is not chaos, my friend. That is your soul's compass, fine-tuned by the heavens, showing you the way forward. The universe is using your divine spark to illuminate a dark room, and the revelations are just beginning. You don't need to second-guess yourself anymore. Trust your fire. It is brighter and more discerning than you have ever been led to believe. Now, let's journey deeper, shall we? Because those who once tried to block your path, to undermine your spirit, or to betray your trust, are now entering a karmic courtroom. The universe is no longer observing in silence. There are words spoken against you that were meant to wound, actions taken to hold you back that were cloaked in deception. You, in your beautiful, forward-facing Aries nature, may have already moved on. You don't hold grudges. You simply leave the past behind in a cloud of dust. You've likely forgiven, not for them, but for you. Because forgiveness is the ultimate act of liberation. But the universe, my dear friend, the universe never forgets. And a powerful cosmic rebalancing is now underway. This isn't about you wishing for their downfall. That is not your way. This is about you witnessing the unbreakable law of cause and effect. It's about seeing truth rise to the surface with undeniable force. If this message is resonating deep within your soul, if you feel that hum of vindication in your heart, do me a favor right now. Let the universe know you are ready to receive this justice by typing "My fire illuminates truth" in the comments below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to Astrology Unlocked and join our beautiful community of cosmic warriors. We are on this journey together. Saturn, the Lord of Karma, is making its presence felt in a way that directly impacts your energy. This celestial alignment is acting like a divine audit, a moment where the energetic books are being balanced. And for those who have acted against you with malice or deceit, the consequences are beginning to manifest. Don't be surprised if you hear news of a former rival facing sudden obstacles. Don't be shocked if someone who tried to sabotage you suddenly finds their own plans imploding. They haven't just run out of luck, they have been served a karmic invoice. God's loving universe operates on a principle of balance, and what has been hidden in darkness will always be brought into the light. No one escapes their own energetic signature. I once worked with an Aries man, a brave leader in his company, who was constantly being undermined by a jealous colleague. This colleague would spread rumors, take credit for his work, and create a toxic environment. The Aries man, true to his nature, didn't play the political games. He just kept working, kept innovating, and kept leading with integrity. He confronted the person directly once, was met with lies, and then simply decided to focus his energy on his own path. About a year later, the company went through a major restructuring. During the review process, the colleague's web of deceit and incompetence was completely exposed, not by the Aries man, but by the undeniable paper trail of their own actions. The colleague was let go, and our Aries hero was promoted to an even higher position of leadership. He didn't have to lift a finger in his own defense. His integrity was his shield, and time was his attorney. Do you see, beautiful soul? True justice doesn't require your participation in the mudslinging. It only requires you to remain in your own light, to stay true to your own fiery spirit. You don't need to fight for vindication. You need only to continue being your magnificent self. Let go of the need to prove you were right. Release the desire for an apology. Your freedom doesn't live there. Your freedom lives in your next step, your next creation, your next adventure. By letting go, you empower the universe to act on your behalf. Those who once tried to cage your spirit are now finding themselves imprisoned by the very walls they built. They cannot soar because their intentions were never pure. They cannot know freedom because freedom is a frequency reserved for authentic souls. Listen to the whispers of the cosmos, the financial troubles of a betrayer, the social isolation of a slanderer, the constant fear in the heart of a manipulator. These are not your doing, but they are the universe responding to the energy they put out. Take a deep, cleansing breath. You don't need to raise your voice to be heard. You don't need to present evidence to be proven innocent. You only need to trust that every fiery act of courage you've ever taken has been recorded in the cosmic ledger, and the time for balancing has come. Now, are you ready to understand the true depth of your mission, Aries? Because this investigation, this cosmic turmoil, is about so much more than your personal life. This is a wake-up call from your ancestral lineage. You are the warrior they have been waiting for. Have you ever felt like you're fighting a battle that's bigger than you? A sense of righteous anger that seems to come from a place deep within your soul? A relentless drive to break free from limitations, even ones you can't fully name? Perhaps you've looked at your family history and felt a profound disconnect, a feeling that you are here to do something completely different. You are not wrong. You are simply awake. The chaos, the challenges, the opposition you have faced are not random. They are the echoes of your ancestors' unfinished battles. The current astrological alignments are pointing to a powerful karmic release. You are not just living your life, you are healing a warrior bloodline. The fears they couldn't face, the battles they retreated from, the truths they were forced to silence. That energy has been passed down, waiting for a soul brave enough, fiery enough, to finally say, "The cycle ends with me." And that soul, my beautiful friend, is you. Think of it. Many souls are chosen to carry sorrow or to learn lessons of patience. But you, Aries, you were chosen to be the sacred disruptor. You were chosen to be the one who finally fights back, not with recklessness, but with sacred purpose. Let me tell you the story of a young Aries woman I met. She was born into a long line of people who had accepted their lot in life. They had stayed in the same small town, worked the same thankless jobs, and silenced their dreams for generations. There was a palpable energy of resignation, of quiet defeat. But this woman was born with a fire in her belly. From a young age, she was called rebellious, difficult, a dreamer. She wanted more. She fought with her family, left her hometown with nothing but a few dollars and a burning desire, and faced incredible hardship. Years later, she returned as a successful entrepreneur, having built a life beyond their wildest imaginations. But the most incredible part was not her success. It was the shift she created. Her courage gave her younger cousins permission to dream. Her success shattered the family's narrative of limitation. She didn't just save herself, she liberated the future of her entire bloodline. She answered the ancestral call. Can you feel the truth in this? You are not just breaking your own chains, you are breaking the chains of generations. That is why your path has been so challenging. You are meeting the resistance of not just your own circumstances, but of ancient, inherited patterns. Only a soul as strong as an Aries, as courageous and indomitable, could be chosen for such a sacred and arduous task. You may have felt alone in your fight, but in the spiritual realm, you are standing on the shoulders of your ancestors. They couldn't break the cycle, so they prayed for a warrior, and the universe sent them you. So, place your hand over your heart, the seat of your courage. Feel that warrior's heartbeat, and send a silent thank you to your lineage. Not because they were perfect, but because their struggles forged the battlefield upon which you are now destined to be victorious. This cosmic investigation isn't a punishment. It is the sacred initiation of a soul chosen to rewrite history. Now, my dear Aries, let us talk about the nature of truth. For many, truth is a gentle dawn that slowly illuminates the world. But for you, truth is a lightning strike. It is a sudden, brilliant flash that shatters illusions and leaves no room for debate. And that lightning is about to strike. You've known things for a long time, haven't you? You've seen the cracks in the facade. You've sensed the inauthenticity behind the smile. But perhaps you've waited, not out of fear, but for the perfect moment to act, the moment when your action would have the most decisive impact. That is the strategic gift of the evolved Aries spirit. Your silence is not passivity, it is the coiled stillness of a predator before the pounce. And the universe is signaling that the time to pounce is now. The deceptions that have been carefully constructed around you are becoming unstable. The lies are beginning to contradict themselves. The empire built on falsehoods is about to come crashing down, and it will be triggered by a single act of truth, your truth. The current cosmic weather, with Neptune finishing its journey and other planets shifting into positions of action creates a dynamic where illusion can no longer hold its form. It's a time for uncovering what is unclear, especially in areas of life built on false pretenses. For you, this means the truth will be revealed not through a slow, gentle process, but through decisive events and courageous confrontations. I used to believe that justice was a complex, drawn-out affair. But through watching the powerful Aries spirits of this world, I have learned that sometimes justice is simply a single, brave moment. It's the one question no one else dared to ask. It's the one boundary no one else dared to draw. It's the one action no one else dared to take. Remember the Aries woman who rebuilt her empire. Her victory wasn't just in her success, it was in the truth her success revealed, that you cannot steal a spark, you cannot build a lasting legacy on a stolen foundation. Her very existence, her brilliant and defiant success, was the lightning strike that exposed the lie without her ever having to speak it aloud. This is how your truth wins, not through quiet patience, but through bold, unapologetic living. You don't have to chase down justice. You become the very force of justice through your actions. You don't have to scream to prove you're right. Your courage roars louder than any words ever could. If you have recently felt a powerful urge to clean house, to cut ties with draining people, to walk away from a situation that feels misaligned, to finally speak a truth you've been holding, that is a sign. That is the universe telling you that the truth is ready to be unleashed. Trust that feeling. Instead of waiting for the truth to emerge, be the one who walks it into the light. You have seen enough, you have felt enough, you have known enough. Your fire is not meant for mere warmth. It is meant for purification. And as you step into this next phase, you will find that those who are false will scatter, unable to withstand the sheer intensity of your authentic light. And now, beautiful Aries, we arrive at the heart of it all. The culmination of this cosmic storm. The final arrest is your release from every cage you never realized you were in. Some moments in life feel like endings, but they are actually glorious, revolutionary beginnings. Some events feel like a collapse, but they are truly the shattering of your chains. You are not being imprisoned, my friend. You are being liberated. The universe is protecting you from the very things that have been holding you back from your truest, most magnificent self. Jupiter, the planet of expansion and miracles, has recently moved into Gemini, the sign of communication, ideas, and truth. For you, Aries, this is a cosmic megaphone being handed to your soul. The universe is not only validating your actions, but is daring you to live your truth even more loudly, more boldly, more unapologetically than ever before. Every shock, every sudden change, every seismic shift in your life is not random. It is a message. The ground quakes only to force you out of a cage you had mistaken for a home. You may have been knocked down by injustice. You may have been betrayed. You may have once believed you lacked the strength to rise again. But look at you. You are still here. Your fire is still burning. And that, my beautiful warrior, is proof that you have already survived the harshest sentence of all, the prison of other people's opinions and your own self-doubt. There's a profound teaching that says the greatest suffering is the gateway to the greatest liberation. Sometimes, the most shocking event is actually the universe's greatest gift of freedom. I think of an Aries man, a visionary artist, whose work was constantly ridiculed by the established gatekeepers. They called him reckless, undisciplined, a charlatan. For years, he struggled. Then, one day, a major gallery that had promised him a show abruptly cancelled it, publicly humiliating him. It felt like a death blow. It was his arrest. But that public rejection went viral. A new generation of art lovers, tired of the old guard, saw it as a badge of honor. They rallied around him. That single act of rejection, intended to destroy him, ended up launching his career into the stratosphere. The arrest of his old path was the birth of his true destiny. Do you see? The arrest doesn't come to punish you. It comes to pull you out of a place you no longer belong. For too long, perhaps you have held a part of yourself back. Fear of being judged, fear of failure, fear of your own immense power. But the moment you face the very thing you fear most, you become free. No one can imprison a soul that is no longer afraid. This cosmic arrest is a symbol for you to stop imprisoning yourself. You have survived everything that was meant to break you. You have walked through fire and emerged not burned, but forged. You have faced down lies and kept your heart true. And now you get to live your truth, raw and unfiltered. No more bowing your head. No more shrinking your fire. You are not a soul on trial. You are a warrior victorious. You are the one who carries the divine spark. Place your hand on your heart one last time and whisper these words with me. I am free. Free from fear. Free from doubt. Free from the past. Free from the chains I once placed upon myself. This is not an ending. This is your resurrection. A powerful karmic cycle has just been shattered, and you, magnificent Aries soul, have done what few have the courage to do. You have faced the dragon. You have claimed your fire. You have risen. Now is the time to close this chapter with a sacred blessing. May your heart remain brave. May your fire always illuminate the truth. And may every soul who once wronged you learn the lesson they need, not for your sake, but so that the cycle of harm ends with them. If this message has ignited your spirit, leave a final commitment in the comments below. A declaration to yourself, a forgiveness of the past, or simply the powerful words, I have been seen and I am rising. I will meet you on the new battlefield of life, the one where your light no longer needs to fight through darkness, because you have become the dawn itself. That investigation didn't come to destroy you, beautiful Aries. It came to vindicate a warrior who lived bravely and was finally being rewarded for their courage. And if you are still listening, it means you are still chosen. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your incredible journey today. Your strength inspires us all.